For this year's annual Veterans Day Parade, the streets were lined with people who were there to honor and thank those who have fought for our country, including this year's 96-year-old Grand Marshal, Wally van Erman. Wally has 5 medals for his time fighting in World War II. One is the Purple Heart, which he earned after getting shot in Iwo Jima on the famous Mount Suribachi.
I got hit on Guam, and then went to Iwo, the mountain, Mount Suribachi. That was the mountain of Iwo Jima. I fixed my own knee up. It was in the grass, and I had a backpack of sulfur, and I carried it around in my aid bag. So I put that on my knee and ace bandage. There was no blood. And 3 days later, it was all healed up. So probably the act of God got me that.
Wally served in the war for 3 years, where he has countless memories of his time at war, many of which were not easy at the time, but are fascinating to hear about later.
I laid down to sleep that night, and my belt buckle got hot. I reached over there, and my hand couldn't. It was a piece of shrapnel laying on my belt buckle. I couldn't touch it. It was so hot.
Like many of his fellow soldiers, Wally refused to give up and fought hard through the war despite being attacked by soldiers and some animals.
Got cold. The Japanese had one of his jackets on, and I didn't think much about it. All of a sudden, I got hit by 2 dogs. They had a hold of my arm. I couldn't move. And that coat, I got rid of it right now. Boy, I could still feel the teeth marks.
His memories of his time overseas don't only consist of battles and injuries, though.
Got off the ship, and they had a chow line there, and the guy had scrambled eggs in his tray, and he's covered it with ketchup. I never saw that done before, but I couldn't eat any eggs then. It was terrible.
Wally has plenty of other stories about shooting down coconut trees, surviving bonsai attacks and firebombs, getting malaria, being surrounded and trapped for 3 days, 120-degree weather, and more. But the story that sticks out the most is when it all came to an end.
We was happy. We was happy about VE Day. We shot our rifles, no firecrackers, we shot our rifles off. Throwing mortars, hand grenades. It's wonder somebody to get killed. Yeah, it was a big day.
And now, Marion carries on the celebration by recognizing those like Wally van Erman and the sacrifices that he made for our country. His time fighting has long passed, and now the only thing he has to manage is the cold as he takes on the front of this year's Veterans Day Parade. I'm Kayla Ruckty for Crossroads.